After years of investigation and preparation, the federal government will finally bring Detroit's former mayor in front of a jury tomorrow. 7 Action News investigator Heather Catalo joins us right now with a closer look at this case. And Heather, kind of hard to believe this is finally happening.
Yes, it's here finally. The freedom of 4 people is on the line, and the former mayor who once wielded so much power in Detroit is now going to be at the mercy of a jury who will decide his fate.
We've heard the allegations for years: racketeering, corruption, the Kilpatrick enterprise. But what does it all really mean? Former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick, his father Bernard Kilpatrick, his longtime friend Bobby Ferguson, and former Detroit Water Department Chief Victor Mercado are all charged with bribery, extortion, and running a criminal enterprise. A team of 4 assistant U.S. attorneys will tell the story of how Kilpatrick allegedly used his political office to line his pockets. FBI agents will show how the feds used wiretaps and hundreds of thousands of text messages between Kilpatrick and his co-defendants to bring the charges.
Those are very sophisticated investigative techniques that involve a lot of authority levels that go back to Washington, D.C.
Dan Roberts is a former special agent in charge of the Detroit FBI office. He oversaw the Kilpatrick corruption investigation for a while and says the agents on this case are the best of the best.
They have many years of experience. They've been around a long time. They know Detroit. They know the Detroit culture, and they understand what it takes to put a case together.
The allegations in the 100-page indictment range from fairly simple follow-the-money tax fraud charges to the very complicated RICO crimes. RICO stands for the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, which is more often associated with mafia cases rather than public corruption crimes.
Legal experts tell me that by charging Kwame Kilpatrick under the RICO law, the feds are essentially trying to say that Kilpatrick ran a type of illegal gang inside City Hall, and that there was a pattern of criminal activity that went on for years.
Key to the case, the bid rigging allegations that Kilpatrick and Ferguson used the former mayor's political power to score multi-million-dollar contracts for Ferguson through extortion. But Ferguson's legal team says you haven't heard the whole story yet.
The indictment is nothing but a piece of paper. They got to have the evidence. We're going to be able to show that there were reasonable and logical explanations as to why certain things happened with certain DWSD contracts.
The former mayor will find himself face-to-face with witnesses he once called friends, including former Chief Information Officer Derek Miller. Miller was originally charged as part of Kilpatrick's criminal enterprise, but cut a deal with the feds to testify against his former Cass Tech schoolmate. Listen to how Kilpatrick described Miller when he first got into office.
God places people in your life that you really don't know when they come what they're going to do ultimately and how they're going to relate to you in the greater scheme of things.
Now Miller's testimony could help send Kilpatrick and the others to prison for decades. But the U.S. Attorney's Office in Detroit has suffered some setbacks in recent years, with mistrials in the recent Bobby Ferguson case and losses in the Hutari case. Former Special Agent Roberts says that just means the feds will bring their A game.
What do you think is the mindset right now?
I think the word would be confident. I think they're probably very confident that they can secure a conviction in this case.
Coming up tonight at 7 o'clock, we have exclusive new information about the former mayor and his co-defendants. So please join the 7 Action News investigators for this in-depth half-hour special report on the Kilpatrick corruption case.